Hello, everyone, and welcome back. What's on tap for today? Well, we've got a video clip. This time it's our lunatic, lovable leftist ladies of The View, which I affectionately call the Rear View. The Cackling Hens are cackling about the fact that Tucker Carlson has been given access to over 40,000 hours of video footage of the events of January 6th. We're going to get to all of that, folks, in the next few seconds. But before we do so, we just want to let you know you're watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. Like, share, and follow us. Hit that subscription button if you haven't already done so. Notification bell as well. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Let's get to the Rear View and the Cackling Hens and what they think about Tucker Carlson getting all those hours of footage. We're going to go that right now.
Live right now. Nip and Tucker? Democrats warned that Fox News host Tucker Carlson will re-edit the history of the insurrection after House Leader Kevin McCarthy grants him access to more than 40,000 hours of January 6th security footage.
He can forward his propaganda theories. This is a serious security risk.
How Carlson is already hinting at conspiracies about what happened during the insurrection.
We think already that in some ways it does contradict that story.
And the fears that he'll put sensitive safety measures at risk.
The danger in this is significant.
Plus, one-man culinary empire Guy Fieri is taking the co-host to Flavortown, talking about uniting Americans around the table of his 85 restaurants and how bachelorette parties have made him a main ingredient that's trending on TikTok. Here come Hot Topics with Whoopi, Sara Hines, Anna Navarro, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Alyssa Griffith. Now, let's get things started.
The View. So Whoopi is still out coughing up. She's fighting. I'm sorry. You're stuck with us.
Yeah, she's fighting a cold.
She's fighting a bad cold.
Yeah.
So less than a week after Tucker Carlson is caught in emails and texts fully admitting that he doesn't believe the election fraud lies he's putting on the air, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy hands him more than 40,000 hours of Capitol security footage from the January 6th insurrection. So you get what I'm saying? They go on the air and they tell people all these lies that they don't even believe themselves.
Sort of like what the ladies at the Rear View do. Tell all these people all their lies, and then all the hens in the pens, right, in their audience, cackle and clap along like seals, basically, trained seals, right? I mean, exactly. Look in a mirror there, Joyless.
And now he's handed all this footage from January 6th to propagandize on Fox. Whatever he wants to say about, he's saying to us basically, don't believe your eyes, believe what I tell you. Here's specifically what Tucker says he plans to do with it. Watch.
So there are about 44,000 hours. And we have, you may have read this today, been granted access to that. Some of our smartest producers have been there looking at this stuff and trying to figure out what it means and how it contradicts or not the story that we've been told for more than 2 years. We think already that in some ways it does contradict that story.
Well, this has Congressman and member of the January 6th committee, the great Jamie Raskin, slamming McCarthy for only giving it to Carlson. Watch what he says.
Kevin McCarthy is releasing these tapes to one network, not making it public for everybody, not giving it to CNN and MSNBC and the New York Times, Washington Post, giving it to Fox News and to Tucker Carlson so he can forward his propaganda theories. And as you say, this is a serious security risk. They're going to be cherry picking it in order to, corroborate however they can their absurd conspiracy theories.
So exactly how dangerous?
It's so dangerous. It's national security risk. And they're going to and they gave it to Fox News. They gave it only to Fox News. They didn't give it to CNN or the Washington Post or the New York Times or MSNBC. They didn't give it to any of the leftist, lunatic, mafia, cabal, cartel in the mainstream media. They didn't give it to them. They just gave it to Fox News. Listen, folks, if they had given this to CNN or MSNBC, what do you think we would have been doing? We would have been saying the same exact thing. Hey, what are you doing over here? The fact of the matter is, just throwing this out there. Why is it that none of the footage, any of it, has been really shown to the public that the government has? I would like to know that. I think it's because it basically does corroborate the fact that there was nothing other than people over there. Yes, some people got out of control a little bit. Yes, they entered the governmental buildings or whatever, but there's other places where people were just sitting around. Police forces were just, making sure that nothing else was really happening. Yes, people, there were some instances of some violence, going on, or people fighting, shoving, pushing, those kind of things. But I really wonder, why hasn't all of this film, if it was that bad, that terrible, why aren't those pieces being shown? Good, right? Good question.
Dangerous is it to let Tucker Carlson reset the narrative on January 6th? Go ahead.
I think it's twofold. So this raises huge safety and security concerns for the Capitol. So I worked in the Capitol for many years. There are underground evacuation points. There are safe rooms. We even have rooms to protect for like biochemical attacks where you can go and safely be housed. This will also reveal where video cameras are stationed in the Capitol. So as a Republican, like we always say, we back the blue. Will you just expose the entire Capitol and undermine the Capitol Police and their safety precautions for something like a January 6th were to ever happen again, or something like 9/11 where the Capitol was targeted? But secondarily, it allows Tucker Carlson to invent his own narrative about what happened. 44 hours of, hours of footage.
Just like everybody has invented, just like you've invented on the rear view, just like Whoopi Goldberg has invented on the rear view, just like Joyless Behar has invented on the rear view, just like Sunny Asuncion, Hostin has invented on the rear view, all the lies that come from the left and the liberal establishments about what happened on January 6th, just like you guys invented it for the past 2 years, the collusion, the illusion, the delusion of January 6th. Well, now you're afraid that that may be falling apart because somebody has access to the footage and can get us the real story told. Let the chips fall where they may. If it falls on the side that it truly was an insurrection, okay, fine. If it truly falls on the part that it really wasn't an insurrection, all right, let's go with that.
You could come up with all sorts of different things to feed your narrative, and his audience just continues to get lies and lies about what happened that day. It's so dangerous.
And it's so dangerous that it's your audience that continues to get the lies. So it's so dangerous that your audience continues to get that narrative that you keep pushing of an insurrection that was going on January 6th. That's what's dangerous here, Alyssa. The danger is now that you folks are afraid. That's danger to you. That your narrative, that everything that you told is going to be completely exposed, just like you tried to do with Donald Trump and all the conservatives and all the lies of Ukraine, Russia. All of that fell apart eventually. And this too is going to fall apart. That's the danger to you folks. It's dangerous to you, not to the American public.
How isn't this against the law to do something like that? Why isn't it against
It's not.
the
I
law?
spent the morning researching that because generally, you have a freedom.
Isn't this against the law?
of Information Act requests that news outlets, let's say, ask the Capitol Police for it. So is it illegal just to give it to one person? The Capitol Police is actually not, it does, the FOIA request, the Freedom of Information Act, doesn't apply to them. And so if someone in Congress, like a leader in Congress, asks the Capitol Police for this kind of information, 44,000 hours of footage, they must comply. And so that's really what is scary here.
But why didn't he give it to the New York Times and to other newspapers?
Well, I think, I don't want to guess, but
She doesn't want to guess. Every other damn time on the show, she just goes ahead and guesses, puts out a false narrative for everything, lies her rear view off every single damn time. This is what this bigot, this racist, this cultural name, ethnicity appropriator does. Asuncion Cummings, also known as Sonny Hostin. And she says, I don't want to give my opinion. Oh, but I'm going to go into anyways. Let's hear what Asuncion Cummings has to say.
you know, he had to make a lot of concessions to become speaker. Right? And so maybe one of the concessions that he had to give Marjorie Taylor Greene or one of his supporters was give Tucker Carlson this. We know how powerful Tucker Carlson has become within the Republican Party. It's really odd that a fake news anchor would be that person. And when I say fake news anchor, I really mean it, because a judge ruled in 2020 that Tucker Carlson is not a credible source of news. And in fact, U.S. District Court Judge Mary Kay Viscols decided the whole tenor of his show should make it clear to viewers that he's not stating actual facts. So it's not a news show, says the courts. He's just like entertainment. And so when you have someone that is just an entertainment,
He's a political pundit, you stupid, idiotic, moronic, retarded person. You're part of SIMR, the acronym I coined, SIMR, stupid, idiotic, moronic, retarded. We give that to people at random when they fall into that category, and you happen to do so, Asuncion. You know what? It's a news entertainment show. He's a political pundit. He gives his analysis, he opines, he gives his opinion. That's what that show is about. And if you don't understand that by now, you know what? SIMR fits you perfectly.
entertainer slanting the actual facts. I agree with you. It's so dangerous. It's so divisive for our country, but it's most dangerous, I think, for the security of our country.
Well, and think about it. A year ago, remember when we heard a lot of Republicans, Senator McConnell was saying, move on, look forward. We need to move forward. And at that time, we had the commission looking into it, but also the DOJ investigations. So there was a reason people were looking at January 6th. But the Republican talking point was, look forward. Now we're 2 years out and we're looking backward, and now you have to ask for what ends, because it is Tucker Carlson. It's not a news person, and I think it's often to the public sometimes confusing the difference between news journalists and opinion entertainers, because they kind of bury themselves at night in those primetime spots.
Do you think Fox News should be called Fox News, or should it be called like Fox Entertainment Channel?
Fox and Friends, right?
Talking entertainment channel there. Thank you, Asuncion Cummings, you bigot, you racist. You should do that. And you know what? Listen, Sara, don't talk down to us. We're not the idiots. We're not the morons. We're not the stupid people. We're not the retards. That is a label that I give to you, honey. You are part of SIMR. Stupid, idiotic, moronic, retarded. To basically say that we don't know the difference between hard news, journalism, opinions, and punditry. And let's face it right now, there are no real journalists anymore. There aren't any. If you know a real, live, honest, and goodness journalist, put them down, or he or she, in the comments below, and let us know.
But because as a news organization, you would think the executives there would not allow Tucker Carlson to use these tapes in this way.
I don't even pretend to know the standards they have at that particular organization, but I think the biggest thing here is what Alyssa said before, the security risks exposing the inside of the White House. You're sharing your security videos with people.
People were killed on people died on January.
Well, we were
6th.
upset when they gave tours.
They're going to say it's a tourism day.
But they proved that they were giving tours. Congress people were giving tours before to show people exactly what was just now handed over to someone. And whereas there can be nothing good coming from it, they've investigated. We've done everything we need to do. It's not.
No, we haven't done everything that we need to do. We use a narrative of the mafia media cartels that already started all of this thing. So don't go in ahead and tell me that, we already got everything investigated. You put your narrative out there that this was an insurrection, which isn't true. You went ahead and did that. All the networks, all of the people coming out from, the different organizations and state departments and the deep state, and wanted to basically push that thing forward, the lies of what happened on January 6th. And you're afraid that the sunlight that will now be shown by these hours of footage that have never been released before is now going to come forth, and people are going to say, you know what? That's not what really happened that day. That's what you guys were pushing. Those were all lies back then. We've heard the lies coming from the mainstream media cartel, cabal, and we're sick and tired of the bullshit that you guys continue to throw at us, the verbal diarrhea that continues to emanate from your mouths to form narratives that absolutely aren't true. Well, folks, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I've been your guest host. My name is Dr. Nasir. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like, share, and follow us. Put your comments down below. Let us know what you think. I'll leave you with my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.